Church of the Messiah is a 149-year-old Episcopal church. We're on the east side of Detroit in a neighborhood called Island View. We're a mixed-race congregation, which is Black, white, Asian, and Latino, but we do more than preach on Sunday, and we do more than actually looking out for poor people. Our biggest issue is we want to bring people out of poverty, and part of that is not to just physically bring them out of poverty, but mentally and spiritually bring them out of poverty. We do that by providing the resources. We fill in the gaps where the gaps may be missing. So we do everything from affordable housing. We rehabbed or developed or built from the ground up 213 units of housing. We own 73 vacant lots. We believe that you cannot gentrify a neighborhood if you own it. We also provide a lot of wraparound services besides our affordable housing. We have an employment office, we have a doctor's office. We are the internet provider for the community and neighborhood. So far we've installed internet into about 50 homes in our community and neighborhood for people who ordinarily wouldn't be able to afford it. We have an 84-member marching band. It is a program which focuses primarily on literacy. So the music brings the kids into the program, and then the directors help the kids get into college on music scholarships.
We out here to make noise for folks who no longer have a voice. We're talking about all of those folks who have died because of gun violence, and we want to lift them up.
Silence the Violence is a march and rally that we do every single year, and we've been doing it for the past 15 years. But it started off with children being murdered in the community and neighborhood and having to do their funeral. And when I had to do 3 funerals of young people under the age of 20, I literally went to the congregation and say, okay, y'all, we have a problem and we cannot ignore this. There is a major problem with gun violence, and that gun violence is not just in Detroit, it's all over the country. Guns are the leading cause of death of children under the age of 17. We have to do something about this. And so we started working, gathering people together. When we first did the march, it was for our community and neighborhood because this is where it was happening. As we developed the march and the rally and started bringing the resources to be able to help the community, it became a citywide event. And then lately it became a statewide event with about 1,000 people showing up every year to be able to participate in this. At the march, we honor the innocent victims of gun violence, and we have a memorial march in their honor. Then when we come back for the rally, we gather dozens of community groups from all across the state to bring the resources to help eradicate the root causes of gun violence. So Silence the Violence is dear to my heart, it's dear to this community, and we're looking to take this nationwide so it won't just be in the city of Detroit.
That's right.
This is what community looks like.
Silence the violence.
So Church of the Messiah is grassroots. There's no other way to put it. We don't have these big budgets. We don't have hundreds of people working on this. We have committed people who do this. Grassroots is when you do it from the ground up. So we have other congregations coming from around the country to be able to come to us and see how we do the ministry that we do. It's amazing because they come here and they see, the affordable housing, they see the change in the community and neighborhood, they meet the people who are running the businesses and the kids who are going off to school. They see all of this and they say, oh my God, how are you doing this? You have a much smaller congregation and you don't have a multi-million-dollar budget and you're able to pull this off. The thing that's different with us is we put our money and our faith and our actions where our mouth is. We have that name reputation of being able to do that. And that's what it is that we stand on. We do it because it's right. We do it in the inner city because that's where it's needed. We do it in Detroit because that's where we live and where we choose to be. We're not going to run from this. We're not trying to make money off of this. We're trying to make a difference. The problem is, being a preacher, salvation is free. Ministry costs. When you really want to look out for saving people's lives, and you know that this is what your mission is and this is what your call is, you really want to work with the people who want to be able to help you do that. You're interested in saving lives and saving our young people and changing the trajectory of our communities and making our inner cities the safest place to be. You got to give to organizations that will deal with issues like the absenteeism of fathers, or where there's drug abuse, domestic violence, poverty, illiteracy. We need to be able to do something about this. This is the richest country in the world, and yet and still we deal with issues as if we are a third world country. And if the life of our children is not worth the investment, then what the hell are we doing? I'm going to make the difference regardless of what it takes. I've dedicated my life to this, and I like being around people who have dedicated their lives to this, who want to be able to give because it's the right thing to do. It is right to stand up for our children. It's right to stand up for our communities. It's right to stand up for the disadvantaged and the poor who don't have the resources that they need. We're not going anywhere. The people of the Church of the Messiah, we are committed to this. We've dedicated our lives to this. And I want to say this one more time. This is not a job. This is a call. As long as there's poverty, as long as there's illiteracy, as long as there's gun violence, we're going to stand up because that's what it is that we're supposed to do. If we call ourselves people of God, people of good, people of conscience, and can turn our back on this issue, it's spiritual malpractice, and God have mercy upon our souls.